You've been lied to. They sold you a dream wrapped in kindness, patience, and fairness. Said life would reward the good. That if you just stayed nice, stayed honest, gave your best, everything would work out. But they didn't tell you the fine print. The world doesn't owe you peace for being kind. It doesn't hand you love for being loyal. It doesn't reward effort, it tests it. And when reality hits, it doesn't knock. It slams the door in your face. You gave your heart and got betrayal. You showed loyalty and got used. You spoke your truth and got silence. You gave everything and it still wasn't enough. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, which country are you watching this video from? Welcome to Aurelius Insights, where ancient wisdom meets modern struggle. If you're tired of sugar-coated motivation and want raw truths that cut through the noise, subscribe and walk with us. That's when it begins. The rot. Quiet. Invisible. It shows up as anger, confusion, shame. Why is this happening? Why me? What did I do wrong? That question. What did I do wrong? It's the doorway to the victim mindset. And it doesn't show up all at once. No, it's a slow poison. It whispers, stop trying. Hide. You're cursed. You're unlucky. And it wraps you in comfort laced with decay. It tells you it's not your fault, and maybe it's not, but it is your responsibility because no one else is coming to save you. And here's the truth. No one wants to say out loud, you didn't choose the fire, but you do choose what you do inside it. You can crumble or you can climb. You can weep like a victim or you can rise like a warrior, but you can't do both. Stoicism was never meant to comfort the soft. It was made for those who refuse to be broken. It's not about faking strength, it's about forging it. Not about pretending things are fine, it's about facing the storm and walking into it anyway. Epictetus was born a slave. Seneca lost everything. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while burying his children. These men bled, these men wept, these men suffered, but they did not fold. They didn't wait for life to get easier. They got stronger. They built silence into strength. They didn't preach resilience. They became it. So let me say it clear. Stop waiting for life to be fair. Stop hoping for someone to recognize your pain and lift you out. No one's coming, and that's your freedom. Once you stop hoping for rescue, you start building your own ladder. Pain becomes your teacher. Rejection becomes your mirror. Solitude becomes your classroom. Discipline becomes your shield. And here's the real question. What would your life look like if you stopped needing to be understood and started building yourself into someone who can't be broken? What if instead of asking, why me, you asked, what now? That's the shift from victim to warrior. A victim needs the world to change to feel peace. A warrior changes themselves until the world no longer holds power. And the first battlefield is always the mind. Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The pain isn't the problem. Your reaction is, you want strength? Start in chaos. You want calm? Find it in hell. You want power? Build it in silence, where no one sees you, when no one believes in you, when your bones scream and your spirit whispers, keep going. It's the difference between being tough and being stoic. Toughness is loud, temporary, reactionary. Stoicism is forged in the dark, quiet, unshakable. It trains in discomfort. It doesn't need a stage. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't need a like. It lives on discipline, moves by principles, and thrives in storms that shatter others. A victim screams, why is this happening? A warrior smiles and says, it's happening. Good, let's move. That mindset It terrifies people because when you stop complaining, they can't control you. When you stop explaining, they can't manipulate you. When you stop needing, they lose their power. But let them be uncomfortable. You weren't built to blend in. You were born to evolve. And that evolution, it demands suffering. You want growth? Be ready to hurt. You want to be respected? Be ready to walk alone. You want peace. Be ready to fight your own demons. Because warriors aren't made in comfort. They're born in silence, in doubt, in darkness. Not through books, not through podcasts, through fire. You don't become dangerous by yelling. You become dangerous when nothing moves you. Not insult, not loss, not betrayal, discipline. That's the truth. Waking up when your body begs for sleep. Training when your mind whispers enough. Saying no to comfort because comfort kills slowly, quietly. Stoicism says, don't be soft, be still, don't be reactive, be ready, don't be loud, be lethal in silence. A man who doesn't flinch when disrespected, that's a storm. A woman who walks away without needing to explain, that's power. And strength? Strength is the person who doesn't need to prove it. So if you're tired of feeling invisible, good. If you're tired of being dismissed, good. If you're tired of begging for love, of chasing validation, good. That tiredness, that's the fire. Now use it. Become the one they regret leaving, not by chasing, but by changing. Become the one they can't manipulate, not by fighting, but by mastering your emotions. Become unforgettable, not through noise, but through focused silence. Your presence should feel like thunder on a quiet day. And hear me when I say this. Stoicism is not about being heartless. It's about being anchored, calm, aware, intentional. You'll still feel, you'll still bleed, but you won't break. Because your pain will no longer control you. You will choose how to respond, and that's what makes you untouchable. Strength is in the one who shows up when no one claps, who builds when no one believes, who sacrifices with no witness. Real warriors don't wait for motivation. They move from standards, from values that do not bend no matter what. But to become that, you have to bury the part of you that's still waiting to be saved, that part of you that needs approval, that part that blames the past, the parents, the pain. Burn it, and from the ashes, rise. No one's going to hand you discipline. No one will crown you with strength. You build that, day by day, moment by moment, in silence, in fire, alone. If you felt that, don't just scroll. Comment where you're watching from and what you're building yourself into. Like, subscribe, and join us at Aurelius Insights, where warriors are made, not born.